Boy, I know I've taken a lot of years to talk about this. Yeah, I know every film related channel does this, or most of them have tended to do a video related on this. Annoying moviegoers. I just got back from seeing Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and yeah, I went to see it tonight. I guess technically Thursday was the opening, but I got to see it first day, so I was pretty good because I was looking forward to this. And I mean, the movie was objectively good. I thought it was fun. It was funny. It had a lot of good action, and lots of the characters and actors had really good chemistry with each other, and there was some really good banter between them. And when it came to the action, it was definitely really good. But I decided not to review it. I know I don't always review every single movie I see because sometimes I just don't feel like it because YouTube's not my job, and I don't always want to talk about everything. But in this case, I don't want to do a review for this movie because my experience seeing this movie was not good. It was, and no, it's not because it was opening day and there was a whole bunch of people there. No, actually, the theater was pretty empty when I saw it. There was right beside me, in the row beside me, there was this annoying fat girl who was playing on her phone, and she was talking with her friends the whole movie. Like, she was with a few people. Like, she was like this giant fat girl, and she was like, hey, you know this, yeah, you know that guy, and like they were looking on like whatever, I don't know what, Facebook or TikTok or whatever the heck they look at, and it took me out of the experience. I just wanted to see a good action comedy with Henry Cavill, and at first I was getting that good experience, but then I kept trying so hard to focus, and I did focus on maybe like 90 maybe 95% of the movie, but which is pretty good, but the audiences took me out of it. They were talking, they were constantly on the they was like and they were laughing like I'm okay. The movie was pretty funny. There were some moments where I did laugh, it was but they were laughing like hyenas throughout the whole thing, and then they were looking at social media and laughing at like stuff. I don't know what the heck they were looking at, like tweets or whatever, but this is an important message, I guess. If you're gonna hang out with your friends and chat and look on your phones, maybe there's one thing: don't go to movie theaters. Look, why don't you just go to the mall or go to Walmart or I don't know, Best Buy, or I don't I don't know. You could go to Canadian Tire for all I care, but not movie theaters. I mean, not just because they're expensive, but like the whole thing is that you want to live an experience and see a giant, piece of entertainment on a large screen in a dark room because it's cool. You don't watch them to talk and look on your phones. You go there to see the movie. You know what? It really okay. And I'm not saying this as like a thing where like even if the movie sucks, still don't do it. Like whether or not, even if the movie is one of the worst things ever, or if the movie's really good, it doesn't matter. You still shouldn't talk or like goof around while you're trying to watch a movie. It's unprofessional. I mean, I know going to the movies is not professional. I know, but you know what I mean. The whole thing is people want to see a giant story on a huge screen with such great sound to make it feel like a huge big experience, like you're experiencing a big story instead of reading it in a small book. You're just seeing the impossible come to life. But no, some people just don't care and they're just looking at stuff. It, just go to the mall. Like, or anywhere. Just go if like there's plenty of other public places you can, talk with your friends at. Heck, you can even sit around at a coffee shop. That's what a lot of people do, but I guess that's too old fashioned and I guess that's not cool. But why do people do this? I don't know. They just want to piss people off. It's really not cool. It's not cool at all. Like it's one thing to if you do, I mean if you're not enjoying the movie, you could just leave. Like you can always demand a refund. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what movie theaters are. I've never worked at a movie theater, so I don't exactly know what uh their business exactly works. But if you don't want to see the movie, just walk out. You could just walk out. It's fine. You're not being held hostage. You're not saying, "Oh, you paid for this movie. Well, you gotta sit down." It's not like that. It's not like a Clockwork Orange where you're strapped down and you have to watch the whole thing. No, you can just leave. You can literally walk out. You know how some people like when they talking about a movie they saw and it was so bad they couldn't finish and said, "I had to walk out of this." Like, yeah, you can literally just walk out if you're not enjoying it. Nobody's forcing you to watch the movie. I mean, in all fairness, I guess you could probably say, but they paid for the movie. Maybe they just don't want to waste their money. Well, who's to know if a movie's good or bad? A movie can always disappoint you. It's it's stupid. Like, and mind you, the people that were those annoying fat girls this time, like they weren't like little kids or anything. They were like, I mean, well, obviously, this wasn't a child's movie. Like, obviously, this was a 14A rated film, but you know what I mean. Like, it's one thing for children to act like this. Like, okay, little children, like, it's annoying when people bring babies and young children to the movie theater. Actually, this brings up another good story because this isn't just about my experience today with the movie I saw. I've actually experienced other annoying movies, but I can kind of forgive little children because little children, they don't really exactly know what's going on around them all the time, and they're not experienced with going out into public places such as movie theaters. So I understand that. In fact, I more so blame the parents who aren't responsible enough and don't realize that they're too young. Because last summer, I went to see Elemental, and someone brought a baby, and the baby was crying for like half the movie. Okay, I expected there to be children at Elemental, but I didn't. Why a baby? Why would you bring a baby to a movie theater? I didn't start going to the movies until I was 3. Yeah, I know that's pretty young, but with practice and me trying to maintain myself, I was pretty good because, as a kid, I grew up pretty much glued to the TV, watching lots of TV shows and movies. I know, I think I probably had a problem growing up. Okay, joking aside, know your kid uh, before you take them to the movies. I know this is getting sidetracked, but I didn't make this video just because of my experience today. I'm doing it for my experiences in general. Like, I mean, and especially if you take your kids that are like way too young to see a certain movie. I I remember years ago when the first Avengers movie came out. Like, okay, the kid was quiet for the whole movie. Like that was good. But before the movie, they played a trailer for Frankenweenie. I remembered, and this kid was crying and screaming the whole trailer. Which, okay, I get it. He was like 3, so I get why he was scared. But just take your kid out of the theater if they're gonna just scream and cry all the time, because no one wants to hear that. It's bad enough hearing screaming and crying when you go out to like Walmart and grocery stores and stuff, but we don't want to hear it in a movie theater. Like a dark room trying to watch a movie and you just hear like it's torture. It's so annoying. And thankfully when I went to see Elemental, when the baby started crying, the mother had or babysitter, whoever the heck that was, walked out of the theater for a little while. I mean, good. Well, that was at least smart, but you know what would have been smarter? If you didn't take a baby with you at all. I mean, I get it. Elemental came out during the summer. Like, kids were free. They were on summer break or whatever. So, and I guess, but you could always just hire a babysitter. Or, I don't know. Maybe people are just too lazy nowadays. Well, if you don't want to hire a babysitter, just get grandma or your aunt or their aunt or, I don't know, one of their cousins or somebody. Watch really young children if they're not grown enough to actually go to a place like a movie theater. Like some places aren't just fit for babies. And I'm not saying I hate children. No, 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 no. Don't don't take this the wrong way. I am not trying to be negative towards children. In fact, I'm actually not mad at them. I'm mad at the parents because they should be the ones who can think for themselves and what's good for their children. Don't bring them into a dark room where lots of people. I mean, I know what you're saying, but with kids movies, of course, people are going to take their kids. That's not the point. I know most people don't. I know most, like, I don't know, 30, 40-year olds don't go see kids movies by themselves, but unless I guess they don't have children, but you know what I mean. But it's still an experience. You still want to see a movie for yourself. You don't just want to hear screaming and crying for children being very noisy all the time. It's really stupid. And this also brings up a funny point. You know how every time you're at the movies, they always play like a trailer or something where like it says turn off your phone or like there's like a one of those fake do you remember when movie theaters always used to do those things before the movies where it was like a really bad fake trailer and then you hear a cell phone breaks and then the guy in the fake trailer is like, what's going on? There's always someone interrupting the movie. I see it. Those kinds of as and there's always like, don't be a Susie Seat Kicker or Tommy Texter. And you know what's funny? They make those ads and they're pointless. Oh, I'm not saying they're pointless. No, no, no. They make good points. I'm just saying they're useless because nobody listens to them. Nobody listens to them. I mean, I get kids. I'm not, okay, I don't want to make stereotypes, but young kids don't exactly have the hugest attention span, so I kind of understand why they don't pay attention to don't talk or text during the movie or whatever, but at least the parents should shut up. Heck, I remember I went to see a Planes, Fire, and Rescue when it came out. Well, not when it came out. It was like a month after it came out. I went to see it with my grandma, and there were a bunch of little kids in the theater. I mean, kids were expected, but the kids were talking during the whole movie. But even worse, the parents were just as bad. The parents were laughing at scenes that weren't even meant to be funny. They wouldn't tell their kids to stop talking. It's really stupid. Like, it's one thing for kids to act bratty, but why would you as a parent be so irresponsible and not tell your kid to keep quiet and you're just encouraging them? Like, you shouldn't encourage your kids to disrupt others. It's not good. It's not a good lifestyle. They're just going to grow up being yelled at and ridiculed. Like, it's not a good lifestyle to have. Like, I get it. Like, I know kids. Like, of course they can, uh let their personality run wild. They can let their freak flag fly, whatever. But when you're in a movie theater and you're surrounded by people who just want to sit down and watch, you can't just sit there. Okay, like, I'm not saying you should be dead silent in a movie theater. Like, if you're letting out like maybe like a cheer or a laugh, like, that's fine. That's good. Like, that's what even filmmakers want you to do. It's a good reaction. Like, when I went to see Barbie opening night, I think I mentioned I was in a highly crowded theater. Like, it was opening night, and of course, like, every seat was full. But the best thing is, nobody talked. Everybody was quiet. I mean, yeah, I know it sounds weird because of Barbie of all movies, but the only noise that they made was laughter, and That's what I liked. That actually made my experience seeing Barbie really good because I laughed with the audience. Everybody was quiet and really invested in the movie. I'm like, yes, these are the type of people who should go to movie theaters. People who just want to see the stories and, just have a good time. I mean, that's all. That's really all you need. You don't want people like on their phone being like, what's this? Yeah, what? Like, no. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying you can't bring your. Of course, it's not a problem to bring your phone to a movie theater. I always bring my phone to the movie theater. But the thing is, if you're just gonna play with it, then just wait till you get home. I mean, are you that impatient? Like I like if you want to play on your phone so bad, just stay at home. If you're not gonna pay attention to the movie, I mean, it's one thing like if you're watching something on Netflix or TV and you're just looking at your phone and not paying attention. I mean, that is a little stupid, but hey, at least you're not interrupting anybody. But it just ruins the whole thing. It doesn't just ruin. It's not only so disrespectful to the filmmakers who want you to see their project on the big screen, it's also disrespectful for people who are legit excited for the movie. Like it or not, when a movie, like it or not, every movie always has somebody excited for them. Like everybody has a movie like they're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to see it. So don't ruin it. Don't ruin it for me. I don't care if the movie sucks. If I was heck, I've seen a few movies in theaters that I've hated, but did I talk the whole way and interrupted? No, I was just watching the movie. I wasn't trying to ruin it for everybody. I was just sitting there like, oh god, this is a piece of crap. But I didn't look on my phone. I wasn't talking to my buddies or whatever. It was I was just trying to watch the movie, trying to get through them. But nonetheless, I still because I knew the rules of a movie theater. It's weird. I knew the rules as a movie theater as a kid better than most people older than me know the rules. I really don't know why. It's like movie theaters are a joke to people. Like I get it. Not everybody is going crazy over certain movies. I mean, maybe there's probably I know not everybody always has a movie they're excited for. Not everybody frequently goes to the movies. I get it. But if lots of people don't even go to the movies. In fact, that's actually a good point because you shouldn't really spoil people's special event. Like, okay, I commonly go to movie theaters. I mean, evidently, I review a lot of new releases, but not a lot of people get that chance. Like when you really think about it, because going to the movies isn't cheap. So when you get down to it, lots of people are really grateful when they can actually go see something on the big screen because it's pretty expensive. And when they get that opportunity, they're like, oh, this will be a great experience. I hope this is good. So don't spoil it for them because if you're just going to talk and text or be on your phone and have your ringtone blaring out, it's going to make people not want to go. You don't want the movie theaters to lose customers unless, I don't know, you're trying to drive them out of business, which that seems like a stupid waste of time to drive a theater chain out of business. But, oh well, there's stupid people in the world, and like it or not, we have to deal with it. And no, if you're on no, I'm not saying I'm done with movie theaters. I'm still definitely good. There's lots of movies I'm actually excited for that's coming out in the next couple months. Um, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm excited for that. I think that movie looks awesome. Uh, the Fall Guy. I'm also excited for. Um, Challengers. Maybe it might be interesting. Furiosa. I haven't seen any of the Mad Max movies. I don't think I really need to, but it wouldn't hurt really either way. If looks quite good, so yeah, there's still movies I'm gonna see. I'm still gonna go to movie theaters, but there's some people that make me hate going to the movies. Like it's a hobby I love, but there's people that make me guilty that it's a hobby I love. It's a stupid place. So if there's anyone watching this who somehow likes to ruin the movies for others by talking and calling and showing people funny videos on your phone or whatever, Just don't. Do it at another place, somewhere maybe. Heck, you could just go to the park. You could just go to the park. You could get fresh air. You can talk with your friends. It's free. So just go to the park, not a movie theater. It, some moviegoers just irk me. And I'm not alone on this. And I know this is kind of a cliche thing for a film channel to talk about. I get it, but after tonight's experience I had, which despite the movie being pretty good, my experience was pretty bad and it left me in a sour mood and I just thought I wasn't going to review the movie because I didn't want to feel bitter. So why not just have a make a video about a topic that I'm actually am bitter about. I don't want to talk negative about a pretty good movie I just saw. I just want to talk about something that pissed me off when I saw the movie. It's stupid. It's it's really obnoxious. Like there's just a lot of annoying people when you go to the movie theater. Even if it's your favorite place in the world to go to, you got to admit sometimes it's a horrible place to go. Now, I don't often have annoying moviegoers. This was just one of the very rare cases. But with those very rare cases, they're still annoying. So I know this is kind of a weird video to make, or maybe it's not so weird because my channel is film related. So yeah, so that's really all I gotta say about this one. And yeah, I'm really sorry I sound really bitter in this video. Hopefully, I'll talk about something I'm more positive towards in my next video. So goodbye.